All right.
Coach Aaron, you're coming here and you're trying to build a legacy at a program in Indiana. A lot of great programs, a lot of legacies here. Volleyball is not one that has been really firmly established, and that's something you've been able to do elsewhere, and you're coming here. How hard is it to come to a place like in Indiana and try to establish something?
You know, I think it'd be a lot harder if the town, the administration, the school, and the state didn't support what we're doing. I think they're all behind it. I think some of the best volleyball players in the country come from Indiana. You look at some of the top college programs in the country, and they've got 2 or 3 kids from the state on the team having tons of success. I think the town is supportive of IU athletics across the board, but I think the administration and everyone here is ready for it to take the next step. Obviously, with the new arena and the support they provided, I think that's been good. I think the buy-in from the team has been good. Recruiting's going well. I think patience, right? Patience is a big deal, but when you see the history and the legacy in so many of the programs at IU and how well they've done and how programs have come out over the last 10, 15 years and had great success, and you look at what baseball's done, what women's basketball's doing, I think there's no reason why we can't get it done.
And I know it's just a building, but how important is a brand new building to building a foundation on building this program?
Well, it's a statement from the administration, the school, and the department that says we value this, we care about it. And I think when you recruit, when you're at that table with 4 or 5 of the other top programs in the country, what you want to do is be able to say we have absolutely everything that you need to reach your goals. Not only academically, that's a no-brainer at IU, but athletically. Can I become a professional? Can I become an Olympian? Can I train in the best place to train? I think we have everything that the athlete needs now. And part of that is what they've supported them with the new football stadium additions and Tobias and the nutrition and sports medicine. That's all unreal. But in terms of just flat out getting it done and training and going to work every day, this is as good as it gets.
And I know you're not going to brag on yourself, but this in your first season or completed your first season, but obviously you've made a big difference already. There's a lot of excitement around this program. I haven't been able to cover a lot, but I can feel the electric outside of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of exciting things going on. Your recruiting is obviously killing it. Some great players on this roster.
Yeah.
Things are moving fast.
Yeah, and I think it comes back to vision. When we got here, we inherited a program. They had gone 1-19, but they had some good pieces and some good kids. And I thought we were a match or 2 away last year from making the tournament. And I think, sometimes it just takes time. I think it takes time and patience to do it the right way, find the right kind of human being to come in and work. But there's a lot of people who I think are going to be really proud to be part of this program over the next decade, and we're excited that it's taken steps in the right direction.
And talk about recruiting. Obviously, you're not going to just recruit inside the state. You got to go where the best players are. But inside the state, obviously, is always valuable to whatever program it is. What is it like in Indiana? What is the high schools of volleyball, the sport of volleyball, like?
It's exceptional. One of the best high school leagues across the board in the country. I would put Indiana up against Texas and California and Illinois and Ohio and all the Florida and all the other states that are exceptional at high school volleyball. The level of coaching in Indiana is exceptional. High school, club, college, across the board. I think people in the state care. They know what they're doing. They train kids at a really high level. And our relationship with the high schools, the club programs, I think they know we want to help in any way possible and raise the level across the state. I think it's really important that the flagship school in the state in this sport does really well. And I think there's a lot of people in the state that are pulling for us as well.
One thing I've noticed, there is as you guys are building your own legacy, there is a very direct and obvious connection to probably the greatest legacy at Indiana basketball. You've got the only All-American in volleyball history is Ken Benson's daughter, Ashley Benson. You've got Megan Sloan on the team now. Her grandfather's an NBA Hall of Famer. Her father's on a national championship team. Emily Fitzner is coming in next year. Her brother's on the team now. And Jeff Oliphant's daughter is also coming in, also a member of a national championship team. How do they use that to draw from that legacy that is established as you guys are trying to build yours?
Well, with Emily, it's interesting because with Evan's recruitment and him coming here, and we had known Evan and Emily, previous to basketball recruiting them, and we knew the family and we were recruiting her heavily. But him coming here obviously helped because he thought it was a great experience and a great place to play. I think, daughters are growing up with their dad saying, this is my school, and they got a lot of pride and they're wearing the stuff. And I think they look at it like, hey, I'd love to one day be able to represent my home state. You know, a lot of the people stay close and stay in the state. So it's been interesting. They obviously great athletes, but really good families. And I think the one thing that's not overlooked, I think people know that when you talk about legacy and tradition, you don't build championship teams without great human beings. And typically they, you know, have great daughters and great sons and really stand up people who do things the right way and hardworking people. And we've been fortunate to attract a few of them.
Also, you're not just a coach of this team. You're the carnival barker. You're the parking director. You seem to be wearing a ton of hats as you're trying to build this program, right down to marketing, getting people to buy tickets and all those things. How difficult is that, or is that just a part of what you do?
Yeah, it's. I think the most important thing that I do is get my hands in all of it. I mean, I've famously said before, I like volleyball. I love building programs, and this is such a cool opportunity to do that. And I think you've got world-class people here who want to help. But my goal for the program is not only for the athlete to play at a place that's unreal and have fun every day and develop to their potential, but from the time someone comes into the arena, from what they eat, where they sit, what they see, music, communication from the program, all of that stuff matters. And if you're building a business or building a team in this day and age, you better be in tune to all of it. You know, X's and O's on a napkin are fun. And I'd like to say I spend a lot of time on that and a lot of time on recruiting. That stuff matters. But the rest of it, I think, is the secret sauce, man. I think you got to be able to put on a good show. We're in the entertainment business, and I want people to have a great time coming to the volleyball games. Want to win more than we lose, obviously. But I want people to be in love with the process of what we're building, and then the environment on match night, and have a real connection to the kids. We got some amazing human beings that are on the roster. Great kids. They work hard. The more the town, the IU community gets to know them and how hard they go, the connection helps, and then they pull for them, and you can do some pretty special stuff.
We've talked about building the legacy and the new building and all the things that you're doing, the great recruits that are coming in, the legacies that are here. The next thing is the winning at the highest level, which you guys obviously headed toward that direction last year. But how soon do you see Indiana being up in that upper echelon and the elite status?
It's tough because I think every year, I'll say this, I think every year's team is going to beat the team the year before, and that's going to happen for a while. I'm really excited about what's going to happen over the next 4 or 5 years. The nature of the conference is it's foolish to ever think you're just going to show up and win it. You know, you've got some of the best coaches, if not the best coaches in the world. It's the best women's league this age in the world, period. And all the other schools are getting better. So we're going to make a huge jump. I think we're going to be in a spot where we're going to be really, really competitive. What I think is going to happen is we're going to get to the point where we get into matches, and it's not going to be the expectation is we're going to get rolled or it's an easy win. I think we're a lot harder to play. I think we're going to be a lot harder to play against. And then the line is really thin. You can have a really good team in this league and be ninth. You know, but 8 or 9 teams will make the tournament, and you get into the tournament, you can pick off a few teams, and next thing you know, you're in the Sweet 16. And they did it here in 2010. We got to get to the point where we're consistently